Welcome back, fellow armchair generals. This is Gamer1745 here, and it's been way too long since we've put out a new episode of Railway Empire. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, but I like that it's telling history in a sort of non-military sense. I'm here with my good friend IKB. Say hi, IKB.
Hello, everyone.
And he is our railway expert and will be helping guiding me through my journey here. Okay, well, we want to come up to Rostock here and connect the rails. And of course, they're just more German sausages, which I'm sure that they would like more pigs from over here. So what I think we're going to do here is grab, I think maybe a regular warehouse will do it. Yes, it looks like it will. So let's do a regular warehouse that can connect both of the I don't know, timber yard, I guess we could call that, and fruit. There we go. And we go back. Timber's got to be back here. Yeah. Okay, and yes, we will throw in a repair. So I think what we will do is also here. Let's go a bit like this.
Not a bad move for a novice.
Well, what I'm thinking of doing is actually being a bit extravagant here.
Extravagant, are we thinking?
Well, I'm thinking of doing a direct connection between Schwerin and Rostock, and a secondary one that goes through the warehouse.
Okay.
And instead of just trying to do one. Partially because we had, now this was of course an extreme condition, those of you who are watching may remember here, when I tried to go the long way around through here, no passengers were being taken on. Now that is sort of an extreme case, of course, but I was sort of thinking in a slightly less extreme case, if we do this way here, we can have this set.
Couple of trains saying they had missing equipment down back by the long diversion around the south of the mountain.
Okay, look at the, okay. So what it needs is a supply tower. Let's stick it here. That'll hopefully handle that. These are no freight, no suitable freight, but we're going to ignore those for now. Back to what? Oh, did we not get this thing connected somehow? Okay, well, that'll do that. There we go. Okay, so I think we're going to go with the fast trains. We're going to set one going the opposite direction so that we're sort of efficiently doing it. Okay, IKB, do we have any idea of...
Oh, look. My station is actually taking freight transport away from your station.
Oh,
No
well.
idea of what came up?
Just waiting for her to finish. Idea of what maybe like in the mid to late 19th century, the percentage of Britons or any particular nation that rode on the railroad at all?
I wouldn't dare to. Did Britain, sort of mid to late 19th century, so still mid to late, it would probably been, as the sort of century progressed, it would have been probably getting quite close to 10, I should think.
To
It
what?
would have been, you said 18th century,
Oh.
so that's,
Oh, 19th century I meant, if I said 18th.
19th. So yeah, so the, so hundreds and such. And by the end of the 1800s, it would certainly have been getting very rapidly spiked up to very high percentages of it. I don't have figures to hand, but it would have
Right.
been, because they very, very rapidly became the mode of transport.
Because,
You know,
yeah, I know it was the mode of transport, but because I'm trying to look at this, you know, as a historical perspective, and sort of what they're trying to teach us here is that the railway connects Germany into a single state in essence. And I can't, in my opinion, believe that that was the one and only thing that did it. But I will agree that it was probably a major factor. Like we can see radio becoming a major factor, particularly, well, in multiple nations that had a sort of a single central radio network that everybody in the nation could listen to the same show. So, like in the BBC, that even though there may be, a different local broadcasting of a show, in the north of England, using a different broadcasting tower in the north of England than from the south of England, just because it wasn't, the single tower. But they were all probably listening to the same news or the same, entertainment or musical performance throughout Britain at any one moment. That's definitely bringing a nation together. But and this is obviously predating that, but I'm wondering how much is the railways, unifying a nation.
the one place where railways, especially when they're passenger transport branch to them, so they're moving a large number of people around, is that, at least in England and Great Britain, that's what essentially created the modern weekend as we know it.
Yes, and you're right about that. I wasn't even thinking in those terms.
It's also very much the fact that now, people who are living in the city can now, very easily and comparatively cheaply, both in terms of how much money it costs and in terms of how much time it takes, much further away parts of their own country.
Mm-hmm.
It gets you the idea that suddenly say getting from London to Scotland, as it were, becomes okay. It might still be a whole day spent travelling, but that's one day as opposed to a week plus.
Yeah,
Therefore, it helps to pull the whole. It basically makes the nation smaller in terms of the amount of time it takes to travel anywhere.
because you're just reminding me of something that, oh boy, and I used to know this stuff, but I don't remember. But it's something like every sort of proclamation or whatever that is done, they still sort of do these things in Britain. They will do it it's like 5 days later in Edinburgh. That used to be the what it would take a galloper, switching horses trying to get from London to Edinburgh.
Yeah, I think it's something like 3 days, but that's with riding a horse ragged
Right.
as fast as he can go for 5 miles, and then immediately jumping on another one.
Right, exactly. And that was sort of, and they still sort of delay it that time as a tradition,
Yeah.
to do that. So that's sort of an interesting thing that really sort of talks to how all that works and how that changes things. Okay, well, we can send a train from this warehouse to here because they will need lumber for sure, and then back to here. But we don't want them to pick up anything in the last stop because we want them to then travel on and get that full. Now here, I think we're going to go with a slower train because we're going to be moving some lumber and possibly other heavy stuff. And so, yeah, this is, arguing with good reason that putting all these railroads connects the disparate parts of Germany and gives them a national identity. And that is interesting. What do we still need? Locomotive due to missing equipment here. Oh, he just hasn't made it yet to here. Wants to get filled up. Okay, new applicant, new applicant. I don't think we're going to need security guards. Now, I may be wrong about that, but just things like that fascinate me.
Of course, mentioning sort of the time factor in it, also a part of what helps sort of standardize and uniform standardized time across a nation as well.
Right, and that's a big deal in America, just because it's time is
big.
Yeah, and we're big, and so that our entire time setting is based on the railways here in America, and so that does that. Where it used to be, hey, noon is sort of like when the sun is overhead, and they would moderately well figure that out, and then so then different towns would either by 5 minutes or 30 minutes difference, depending on where they are around, as they shift around the globe, and as they calculate it, would have different times. And so if all you're doing is sending letters back and forth and very rarely doing a telegraph. Now, of course, the telegraph in America grows up alongside the railway. But, so it doesn't really matter if you're...
Are really on the ball. I can use those.
So it really doesn't matter if you're not precisely in sync. They've got plenty of lumber. Okay, so we've got a lot of this section done, and we're growing more here in pigs. Well, let's see. How are we doing for pigs? None. Okay. Currently. And some. Now they're getting their pigs from down here, presumably. I don't know for sure. But what we can see about doing here is we will eventually...
Is a pig farm a little way east of Rostock.
Right. And what I'm going to do is connect that to the warehouse.
Yeah, and that would be a... Yeah.
And so that we can run...
Even, and in future, that
no.
farm can then be connected onwards into further into East Prussia when we finally buy access.
Yes. And going the other way as well, so... Oh, damn. Damn. I did that wrong. Okay, delete this track.
Even in the UK, with the differences in, it was still about a 15-minute difference between London and Bristol.
Right. Okay.
Actually, I think it's on the town hall, I think, in Bristol. There's actually, they've got a clock face on there that's got an extra hand on it that
Right.
shows old Bristol time that's
Oh.
15 minutes different.
Oh. Okay. Cool. Cool. Because, you know, for those Americans out there, Bristol's on basically the west coast, if you will, of England, where London is basically on the east coast of.
Yeah.
And I know probably most all of you who are watching, maybe even already know that, but if we were to talk to average Americans, this is where I slam Americans. Probably less than half, if you randomly pick the people off the street or something, could pinpoint Britain on a map, blank map without any hints. So the idea that they really know where Bristol and London are is maybe a bit beyond too many Americans, just instinctively.
We're the strangely shaped, damp, wet island off the coast of France.
Yeah, but they might figure out where Europe is. But I think they would have about as good chances. Oh, Ireland, it must be that, point to that place there or whatnot. Now, of course, I know you who are watching this channel are, oh, hey, Lum, how you doing? Self-select and are well-informed audience, and I do realize that, but average Americans aren't that, and so I just have to go, yeah, know what we're talking about. Okay.
We have Arno in chat asking for a ride along.
Okay, well, let's get a little bit more built before we do a ride along, but we will do a ride along this session. I like those too, but I want to get stuff sort of going. And, it's partially the Americans' fault, but it's also partially our school system's fault.
To be honest, you do have quite a big country, so you've got a lot of geography to learn internally to begin with.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's part of the Americans' fault is that, yeah, whether it's a lot to learn or just, hey, they don't get out of the continent as easy, or get even out of, shall we say, get out of the country as easy it is for most Europeans, though I have to wonder, as a percentage, probably less than 20% of Europeans have actually left the continent, I know much higher than that have moved around within it, but...
Well, that depends where you define the boundaries of Europe.
Northern coast of the Mediterranean, and the Italian islands, west of the Urals, that sort of big sort of greater Europe. I don't think many have actually left that. Now we have a opportunity to build a factory here in Hamburg. Now,
do you have wool reasonably close by coming into the warehouse?
Yeah.
Can make a tailor's.
And they
got boots being produced there, so.
And they got boots being produced there. Okay, now let's just sort of look around to see if we have another tailor sort of nearish by, and we're not just double upping on it. But yeah, no, that looks like a good option. Because we have one way over here, but that's way over here in Magdeburg. And we might want to connect those up a bit. That would be a good idea, but still, yeah, I think that's a good option here. So let's do that. Now mentioning over here, let's okay, that's the red zone. We need to stay out of that. Those of you watching, we will after making this episode, we will be going back to, or actually starting Hearts of Iron 3. So either take a break for a little while and come back, or just hang out and watch us build railways for a little bit. I don't know how much actual passenger traffic we'll be getting on all this, but I do want to sort of make a more direct connection up this way. Okay, don't go here unless it's clear.
Don't forget to put in all of the supply towers.
Yeah, I think we'll just need one for this connection, but we do need to have one there. And it's fairly long, but let's see if one will do it.
Of course, traditionally, most sort of resupply with water would be done as you went along.
Yeah.
Unless you were travelling somewhere that was so far that you didn't have a station. But for most of sort of the western bit of Europe, everything's close enough that these locomotive and reasonably sized water storage, you could make the station to the next without running out.
Right, to the next stop. Yeah, okay. I mean, that does sound right to me, of course. Okay, now let's see if we can sort of loop out to here. At the right side we want to be on, yes, okay. We no longer need that sort of super express way to Berlin, so we can get other trains and whatnot using it, connecting through to it. There we go. More traffic, as it were.
Wonder how many German gentlemen are going to be placing bets on which railway company's got the fastest train from where to where. Is that something that actually happened in the UK regarding trains from sort of London to Scotland, or at least London to Edinburgh?
Okay.
For a good few years, there was what became known as the races to the north. Quite betting often, reasonable sums of money on which railway company's train was going to make it first from, say, London up to Edinburgh.
Right. I didn't know they did train races like that.
That's essentially what it turned into, a competition between the two companies of who could go the fastest, and it eventually reached the point where the companies involved basically called a truce, because they realised, if we keep doing this, we're gonna end up having an accident, because they realised that they were pushing things a little bit beyond what the technology at the time could quite handle.
Right. Well, we've just sort of had an accident here, if you look at the screen. Somehow, and I don't know how, because we have a train that's supposed to start, but its track was done, but somehow the Hamburg from Schwerin and Hanover to Hamburg got sort of impacted on this. Now, what would really have been nice of them to design, that when something like this happens, to actually have a really cool animation of two trains slamming into each other, and have that happen. And also, sort of mentioning what you were talking about, going too fast and having danger, is have trains going around a tight corner somewhere that's on the tighter extremes of some of these things, and have a, sort of a roll-off crash animation kind of thing. Okay, so, but yeah, that would be cool. Where? Okay, Hanover. Okay, so we're gonna let's come here and delete this train.
Would I really wish they had was a way to tell the train to reverse, so it would clear the track and let the other one out.
Yeah, that could be cool too. But a train crash would be more cool.
Yeah, you really want to be like Mr. Adams, don't you?
Oh yes. No, I grew up watching that show. No, I do.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll just come down here and Hanover and create a replacement for the one we deleted. That'll come up to there. Keep things flowing. While we wait for track clearance. I think we're getting busy enough. Let's expand this station here. And we can even expand this station. May not quite be needing this one, but Hanover, I do think it was needed. They're, well, not quite halfway there. Okay, they've got on.
Watching your trains is always guaranteed to be entertaining.
Okay, oh, quarry near.
You might need to put down some more maintenance.
Yeah. See if that'll get mostly goods train. Here we have a breakdown because of bad condition, but we've got maintenance sheds there. I know they do have a maintenance building that we can just tuck somewhere in the middle of the track, but not quite wanting to go that far right now.
I hope your passengers can laugh about you
On a
as
longer
much as I
run,
do.
that might be the way to go.
Yeah, we do have the long sort of Cologne to Berlin run here that might be a good idea.
Yeah.
But I think I'm going to wait on that because I want to figure out how to do it a little better and how best to sort of do the missing equipment. Okay, well, where are we getting missing equipment here? Oh, between here and here. Okay. Well, don't we have a supply tower somewhere in there? You know, we don't. Okay, well, let's stick one right here. That way it'll get even stuff just coming from the warehouse to Hamburg. Yeah, you'll get to your supply tower soon, but now we can come from here.
I do see a large collection of yellow triangles of trains waiting for something.
Oh
down
yes,
to the south.
yes, another.
Maybe we should check we haven't got another traffic jam.
I think we do, but let me build this extra connection here. Then we'll go down and take care of it before we start the clock running again. Some of those are from bad design, not enough clearance to fully get a full train of stuff out of the way. Some of them I think are just more bugs in the system. Okay. Now, where are we? Okay. Oh, whoa. Whoa, what are we looking at here? Okay, all of these guys are jammed up to here. Okay, here.
Oh dear, oh dear.
I'm not sure where the. Okay. Oh, we have a full line here, all wanting to go this direction. And we've got things coming in there. So this, I would say, is more of a bug in the system, because they shouldn't have. So I think this is the real problem here. This looks like it'll take care of itself once.
What we might have to do is swap some of these lines over to being, and have them signalled as such with crossovers so trains can get out of each other's way.
Right. Let's see if we can.
Eventually, we might be able to clear some of it by quadruple tracking some more.
But I'm also looking at here what. Okay, well, no, maybe what this may be is this train is stuck here, so let's put a signal right behind it here, and then approximately here we ought to hold another train in between it. That may clear out this wait here. Now here. Okay, well, I think that may do it. Let's see if we let this go. Okay, yeah, okay, well this is getting this guy going. Yep, that did it. At least for now. So we just need a couple of more signals so that they would wait over here. Now it may jam up again. Yeah, it might just jam up again.
You might need some more signals on the other side and a line on the south of that triangle to let things move up.
To the east or to the west?
Stuff coming from the east.
From the east, okay. Yeah, I see what you're meaning here. Okay. Let's...
Maybe you put one in the bottom side of that triangle.
I'm doing that right now here. Okay, that's clearing up him. Okay, that one's going to go north. I know you're seeing a slight delay, but yeah. It'll take a little while. If we get all the signals right, it'll still take a little while to work out all the kinks in the system. Okay, well, there's a lot of empty trains here, so let's add a few shorter stops or whatever, just to sort of clear out some of this. They can compact a little bit more. Okay. Well, another thing that would help would be in Worms, put another station. Because this, well, let's see, this track usage is pretty high. So, let's throw in another station here. Okay, now let's see if we can connect these up without causing too much of a problem. Okay, well, we have that. There we go. Okay, well,
Designing railway timetables is one of those mysterious dark arts that even I don't fully understand.
I can imagine. I really can imagine that kind of thing. Okay, so we're going to add Worms 2, and then remove worms 1. So when he comes back, he'll come over to this station. That'll reduce a little bit of pressure here. These guys, worms to Cassel. So we'll come here, we'll push that up there and get rid of that. Okay, that'll alleviate a little bit of waiting and congestion.
Is commenting on how this now looks like the Dutch railways with how cluttered it is.
Okay, yeah, I don't know about Dutch railways. I guess they may be cluttered. Okay, well, I think, at least for now, we've cleared the complete jam. It's one thing to have delays, and I expect delays on some of these here. Just like this can be the problem here. So what we're going to do here is, let's see if we can delete this building here. The supply tower. We're going to move it closer to here. So hopefully it'll be less likely to jam that up. And we'll stick another supply tower over here for trains coming that way. So hopefully those are good positions to help with the flow. Okay, well, now back over here. Where were we? Okay, we want to do from Brandenburg to Schwerin. Sorry, Germans, I'm mispronouncing your names, I'm sure. That's starting to get a bit more business, so we're gonna upgrade that. Oh, and we can do a maintenance shed.
Brandenburg.
Yeah, Brandenburg. Now it looks like it's going to go through, so let's throw in one from...
Watching your trains is always guaranteed to be entertaining.
Now, hopefully, the Brandenburg garrison will be able to get loads of new boots to replace all the ones they wear out with all their goose stepping.
Yes, yes, yes. And they can get them from Hamburg and Schwerin and keep that going.
Along with lots and lots of German sausages for their rations to keep them going on long, long marches.
Yeah. Let's see about giving these guys... Okay, well, sort of kind of want to push into here before he does some more. So maybe we should open up this section, which would cost us 3 million. So we'll pay for that. And that gets us another section here.
Start pushing into East Prussia.
Yeah, heading in that way for sure. Okay, now we want to connect down to Berlin, and we want to also connect east and west. So let's do this a bit of an angle here. Put it on the sort of south side here. Okay, well,
so once we've got this this system laid, I think we might need to look at the research tree again.
Yes, you're right. We should. Okay. That looks like a reasonably nice, relatively direct path up to here. And yes, a supply tower in the middle. A few extra signals to keep everybody flowing. Okay, so what are they? Okay, they will want pigs themselves, so you can come to there. Now we're also going to come over here and go from here to here.
You will you completely ignore the fact that the pigs appear to be coming out of a coal mine. Not sure how you get pigs out of a coal mine, but obviously the Germans have discovered, I don't know, underground pigs.
Very well likely could. Maybe they knew bombing was coming, and so they were trying to breed pigs underground for future needs. Okay, let's go.
I wonder if that's going to result in some sort of strange species of blind albino cave pig.
It might. Okay, well, I'd rather not have big bridges in minor grades up and down. Okay. That's pretty good, so we're going to go with that. Oh, a little bridge in the way. Oh, well.
Just say that the little bridge is for the farmer, so he can get his pigs and cows and sheep from one field to the other.
Yeah, I'm sure that was quite common.
That is exceedingly common.
So we want to go that way with that one. Okay, so let's come north out of Berlin to Setten. And we're going to come south down to Berlin, so we got one train starting in each direction. That is having to wait for a rail line to start up. There we go. Here, let's do a water tower.
A tower, maybe some more signals so you can fit more trains onto the...
Yeah. Berlin as a station is already filling up here. Oh, let's get off pause. Okay, well, we've definitely made a lot of progress in money so that we can buy to open up more areas, and we've opened up, well, partially this area. We can see we still have Landsberg to open specifically in. Well, don't know if we're going to come up for these because we already got wood here for most there, so we'll do that soon. But I think we're going to end this episode here. I want to thank IKB. I want to thank you all for watching. If you haven't already, please like the videos, subscribe, tell your friends about this. I really love making this series. I'm going to continue whether anybody watches it or not, but it would be helpful if more people did. So I want to thank you all. Say goodbye, IKB.
Bye, everyone.
And so we'll see you next time. Hopefully it won't be so long in between episodes, but we will see about making another episode soon. Thanks so much.